You know, it's interesting because this topic right here is going to be one of those videos that is either going to get thumbs up or thumbs down. There's no in between when it comes to this particular topic. Let's get into the science of EMF electromagnetic fields and whether they are harming us, and if so, what can we do about it? First, let's talk about how EMF is made, and then we'll get into the discussion about whether it is good or bad. So EMF stands for electromagnetic field. It's actually a force field that surrounds any electrical current. Now, electric and magnetic fields are created by any electrical current. When you run electricity through a wire, there is an electric field around the wire. If you put some magnets near the wire, it creates a magnetic field, but when you turn the electric current on, you get both electric and magnetic fields. Together, they are called electromagnetic fields. These invisible waves of energy travel at the speed of light. They have frequency and wavelength. The rate of waving or oscillation of the charged particles in the EM field is measured in hertz, which is equivalent to the number of waves at a second. The distance between the peaks of two adjacent waves is known as the wavelength. Electromagnetic waves are categorized into various types based on their frequency and wavelength, ranging from low to high: radio waves, microwaves, infrared, visible light, ultraviolet, X-rays and gamma rays. This categorization is crucial because the biological effects of EMF vary across these categories. The higher the frequency, the more harmful the EMF is to our body. Visible light and radio waves are relatively harmless, while gamma rays and X-rays can harm our DNA, leading to cancer. So now that we know how EMF is made and how it relates to the different frequencies, let's talk about what EMF does to our body. Well, it depends on the frequency again. Low frequency like 50 or 60 Hz coming from power lines doesn't affect us much, except maybe for an increased risk of cancer, especially childhood leukemia. Cellular phones emit a radio frequency of 830 to 1900 MHz. In general, the lower the frequency of the electromagnetic wave, the deeper it penetrates the body. So cellular phones and Wi-Fi, which operates at 2.4 GHz or 5 GHz, actually affects us mostly in the skin and the outer tissues. These frequencies impact our nervous system, causing brain fog, fatigue, memory loss, insomnia, mood changes, anxiety and depression. Higher frequencies such as Bluetooth and satellite signals, operating in the gigahertz range, typically don't penetrate deeper than the skin. Their effects are mainly localized and can cause burns, hearing loss, and eye problems. Microwaves used in microwave ovens and radar systems are even more powerful. Even though these waves don't typically penetrate beyond the skin, they are still dangerous if absorbed, causing heating of the skin and internal organs. The point I'm trying to make here is that the lower the frequency, the deeper it penetrates the body, and the higher the frequency, the less penetration, but it might be more intense in the area where it stops. Here's another very important consideration. Most of the research shows that it's not just the intensity of the electromagnetic wave that matters, but also the rate of change of the wave. So, for example, turning on and off a cellular phone emits a pulse of electromagnetic radiation that is much more intense than having the phone on at a constant level. We're bombarded by electromagnetic waves from a variety of sources, natural and man-made. Natural sources include lightning, solar radiation, cosmic radiation, and waves generated by our planet's magnetic field. Man-made sources are increasing exponentially, things like radar, TV, and radio broadcasts, mobile phones, satellites, wireless internet, household appliances, medical equipment, and the list goes on. And each of these devices has its own unique effect on the body. Now, if you've seen my other videos, you know that my go-to conventional approach to dealing with EMFs is to use a grounding or earthing system. It helps dissipate the charge buildup that occurs from exposure to You can read more about that in my article. But there are other conventional methods available to reduce the impact of EMFs on our health. One is using a Faraday cage, which is an enclosure made of conductive material that blocks electromagnetic fields. This method is commonly used to protect sensitive electronic equipment from external interference. Another is using a surge protector, which can help reduce the impact of electrical surges. A third approach is to use shielded cables, which are designed to block electromagnetic fields from passing through them. This is often used for things like headphones or other devices that transmit audio signals. Fourthly, we have distance. Simply moving away from the source of the electromagnetic fields can significantly reduce their strength. Lastly, we have the off method, just turning off the devices when not in use. But there's another option. It's a bit more unconventional and not very well understood, but it appears to work. Let me explain. So the first 5 approaches I just discussed rely on the fact that we can physically manipulate the environment to reduce the impact of EMF. This can be done by changing the way we use our devices, changing the placement of our devices, or by using special equipment to block or reduce EMF. But there is another approach that relies on the principle of energy harmonization. It's based on the idea that everything in the universe is made of energy and that this energy is constantly in motion. Proponents of this approach believe that EMFs can disrupt the natural flow of energy in our bodies, and that this disruption can lead to illness or other negative effects. However, they also believe that it is possible to harmonize our energy with the EMFs in our environment by using certain devices or techniques. One of the most popular devices used for energy harmonization is called an orgone pyramid. Orgone pyramids are usually made from a layered material, each layer having different properties. These layers are designed to interact with the EMFs in the environment to create a harmonious energy field. Now, there's limited scientific evidence to support the use of orgone pyramids or other similar devices for energy harm. However, many people who use them claim that they experience a sense of calm and well-being when around them. Others claim that they have reduced their exposure to EMFs by using orgone pyramids. What do you think? Is EMF something to worry about? Let me know in the comments below. And if you want to learn more about orgone pyramids or other EMF protection devices, let me know in the comments below. I promise I'll do some research on that and get back to you. In addition to orgone pyramids, there are a few other unconventional approaches to combating the negative effects of EMF. One is using crystals. Crystals have been used for centuries in various cultures for their purported ability to promote healing and balance energy. Some people believe that certain crystals such as amethyst, rose quartz, and clear quartz can help neutralize negative energy and protect against EMF. However, there is no scientific evidence to support these claims. Other people use something called a scalar wave generator, which produces scalar waves, which are a type of electromagnetic wave that has unique properties and can interact with living cells. Some people believe that scalar waves can help to balance and harmonize the body's energy field and reduce the negative effects of EMF. But again, there is no scientific evidence to support these claims. Some people even use something called a Tesla coil. Now, a Tesla coil is a resonant transformer circuit that produces high voltage, high frequency alternating current at a resonant frequency. It was invented by Nikola Tesla in the late 19th century and is named after him. Tesla coils are used in a variety of applications, including radio broadcasting, medical imaging, and plasma physics. But some people use them as a form of energy medicine, believing that the high-frequency electromagnetic fields produced by the coils can help to stimulate and balance the body's energy field. Once again, there is no scientific evidence to support these claims. Then we have holistic approaches like acupressure and acupuncture. These traditional Chinese medicine techniques involve stimulating specific points on the body to promote healing and balance the flow of energy. Some people believe that acupuncture and acupressure can help the body to cope with the effects of EMF. Similarly, some people believe practices like yoga and meditation can help to balance the mind and body and reduce the harmful effects of EMF. These tips won't directly fight EMF effects, but they can help you chill out and manage stress from exposure. What do you think of these unconventional methods? Personally, I tend to stick to the conventional methods like grounding, but I'm always open to learning more about different approaches to health and wellness. What about you? Are you up for exploring some cool alternative methods like orgone pyramids or crystals to help tackle those pesky negative vibes? It could be fun. Or do you prefer sticking with conventional methods? Either way, it's important to be aware of the potential impact of EMFs on our health and take steps to protect ourselves. By educating ourselves about the risks and benefits of different approaches, we can make informed decisions about how to best protect our health in an increasingly electrified world. If you found this video helpful, please like and share it with your friends and family. And as always, stay healthy, my friends.